VCM11 Camshaft. This has been around for a long time, a very, very long time. It's a good old trusty, reliable camshaft, and we've used it in a lot of different configurations, LS1s, LS2s, LS3, 6 litres and so on. And look, it has worked well and has done us well over the years. And the car that we've got here is a LS3 VF Ute. So this car came to us with a knock in the engine. The customer was pretty much convinced that we were going to pull the engine out and rebuild the whole engine, but we've heard this sound all too often, and I was pretty confident, let's rip the heads off, let's disassemble it from top to bottom until we find what's wrong with it. And as we're pulling it apart, I'm thinking, God, we're not finding anything wrong with this thing. This isn't looking good. But I was pretty convinced that, it was a lifter. So, but as we got all the lifters out, inspected all the rollers, and they were all perfect. But then once we spun the camshaft over, we found that the case hardening, which you can see here, this is the camshaft. So you can see on the case hardening, hopefully it's sort of, try and get that in a better spot. Right there. So you can see the case hardening right here. It's pretty much gone right on this particular point, and it's only on this one lobe. So, there's lots of reasons why that would do that. Some will say dodgy lifter, valve float, where the lifter's just pretty much hammering the top of it. Look, it's hard to say. Without pulling all the valve springs out and testing them all individually. Look, at the end of the day, we're putting new valve springs in it, we're changing the camshaft, we're cleaning everything out, giving it a full clean, get all the debris and metal out of the engine and so on. Maybe one day we'll test the valve springs and see. But look, we see this all the time, and pretty much the simple solution is you got it apart, new lifters, camshaft, springs, get it back together. Happy days. So in this case, lucky for the customer, you wanted to put a cam in it anyway, so not all is lost. And look, it's responded exceptionally well. Like, it sounds really good, it's going to drive really good, works really good with a standard converter, and it makes good power. Like, we're actually on the roller dyno. It's not often that I use the roller dyno to tune these cars. I'm more or less always on the hub dyno, but because I got the test car on the hub dyno, it was tied up, so I had to use the roller to tune this car. To my disgust, I just don't like using the roller dyno for these cars. But this car hooked up absolutely brilliant on the roller, and to make 343 kilowatts at the wheels on the roller, that's pretty good. This is a bit of a freak engine. So, I always say, between roller to hub, there's around 15 to 18 kilowatts. So, like that's up there in the 350s, 350 plus kilowatts at the wheels, or at the hubs if it was on a hub. So, very impressive figures, stock heads and so on. So, this is a ripper of an engine. Customer's going to be absolutely stoked with it. And, it's pulling like 580 newton meters of torque, and it makes it at around 4,700 revs to 5,200 revs. And it's a pretty good thing. Like, its combination just works perfect. And ignore these squiggles. The pickup from the roller dyno has seen better days. Like, this dyno's pretty old, so I normally try to use roller tacho, but because it's an auto, we want to make sure we've got that tacho reading spot on to give the right torque reading. So just ignore the squiggles there. They're nothing. It's a nothing. It's got nothing to do with it. But yeah, look, a really, really good camshaft. Works exceptionally well. And we're obviously using the VCM OTR or their infill panels. We've got the pacemaker, 1.78" 4-into-1 headers into a twin 3-inch system out the back, and it just gives it that nice, nice rumble out the back. And this camshaft really does make a statement. Like, people know you've got a camshaft in it. But I tell you what, its manners and drivability is superb. Like, it really does drive nice. It's a good all-round camshaft. It packs a punch, makes the power, sounds good, not too hard to drive, not too bad out the exhaust either when it comes to smell. And as far as fuel economy and all that sort of things go, it's pretty good. I rate this cam, it's up there. It's up there in one of the top sort of, in the top top, you know, 5 or whatever you want to call it. I've got it high up there on my list of cams that I do like, you know, to recommend people. So, but yeah, I haven't done a VCM11 video in a very, very long time. I'm not even sure when the last one was. So I thought I'd better do a bit of a refresher on it and show you guys that, yeah, we're still using it. They are still available. And yeah, look, expect to get some good results out of these things when used, you know, in the right configuration. So I hope you liked this video. And if you're looking at getting the VCM11, good thumbs up, go for it, buy it, don't think twice. Cheers guys.